Alright, hi, I'm Euge Valovirta and this one is about FRYETTE Valvulator GPDI/IR direct recording amplifier. So it's a 1 watt tube amp. You know, it's pretty cool. So let's go through the functions and the signal chain. So right now this is a no CYHRA luck. One of my ESP Eclipse's signature models with EMG 81, 85 pickups, and the cable goes straight to the input of the valvulator. Then from the IR out it goes straight to my audio interface, which is Pro Tools Carbon, and then into Pro Tools. The delay I was using, it's a PCN70 circular delays that I just blended in a little bit for when I was noodling, and I used the same delay on the song you just heard. It's the same song I used on my previous video about the different speakers. So what do we have here? We have basically 3 amps, a pit, pull, deliverance and clean amp. So on the song you just heard the left guitar and the solo, you know, when I filmed myself, that was the pit pull, and then the right guitar was a deliverance. I didn't touch any settings. And then there's the clean amp, then 2 voicings. So it's like the way I think it, this gain 1, it's kind of like your normal preamp gain, and then with this gain 2, which is labeled saturation, the gain 1 is labeled voicing. You can kind of add the thickness, how thickness the tube distortion is, because like I said, this is a full tube amplifier. And there's more switch and less switch. It's a lot like the deliverance amp, the FRYETTE's. And that FRYETTE is still VHD to me. I used to own VHDs. Or FRYETTE's, you know, the 2252 power amp, the Signex and stuff. And I played with the deliverance and with the pitbull, the big boys. Then your basic tone stack, EQ section, treble, middle, bass, and then a master section. So this is just like the output and how much tube distortion you want to add especially if you're playing it to a cabinet. Then the dynamic section, it's kind of like how much sag you want. I had it completely off. The more you turn it, you know, almost like putting a variac, like that the amp kind of sags. It gets brownier and obviously a little bit quieter, but especially the feel is different. For this kind of down-tuned metal song, this is in drop B flat. I had it, you know, zeroed out, so there was no sag. Then we have our the cabinet section, like analog cabinet section, which is like EQ curve. We're gonna check that too. And then the IR section. So there is, I need to cheat a little bit. This is my friend Eric's device. Thank you, Eric, for letting me borrow this. So there's 4 banks. Each bank has 4 IRs, and the banks 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are the same. They have the same IR. So the idea is that to banks 3 and 4 you can load your own IRs. There's a USB cable. You can connect this to computer and download your own IRs, and then you can save a few favorites. Right now I went through them quickly, and my favorites were the Bank 2 IR3, which is a Bank 2 IR3. It's FRYETTE Deliverance cabinet with Fane F70G speaker, mic with Shure SM57 and Royer 121. Well, kind of what I use a lot, no wonder why I chose that. And it's my second one. You can just press this to, you know, switch between your favorites. That was a Bank 3, which is basically, I guess, same as Bank 1. IR slot 2. That's a FRYETTE fat bottom cabinet with the Fein F70G speaker and mic with 57 Royer 121. I used to have this cabinet. Now actually Eric, my friend who I borrowed, he has my fat bottom cabinet now. So, and I chose these IRs just by scrolling. Okay, these two I like the most. Then I checked the list like, oh, very familiar cabinets with very familiar mics. So I guess your, or at least my ear kind of, you know, goes always towards to what's familiar to you. This is a lot more boxier and more mid compared to the Deliverance. This is really good IR. I like this a lot. Okay, then let's tweak the knobs. So, you know, let's put this to 0. Now there should be anything, and there's not. And then let's try to. Let's increase the gain 1. Can your preamp volume very similar to JCM 800's preamp volume, and if I've understood correct, exactly the same than on the Deliverance. Let's actually put this to Deliverance mode. And then with this gain 2, the saturation, you can add the thickness. Here it becomes more thick, more full. And it's still usable, but like the way I dial this, I kind of just there, and then add some thickness. Then the treble. That's where it opens. Then mix. You can get this really vocal, like kind of how the sound when you turn the mids up on a plexi or everything up. A little bit too quacky to my taste, so. There. Probably there where it was. And then low end. A lot of bottom. And then less gain. I think the gain switch, the more just adds an extra preamp, extra gain stage, preamp tube to the picture. And then there's the deep switch. Even more low end, a little bit too much to me. I kind of like the tight setting, almost like there would be an overdrive in front to tighten things up. And obviously you can put an overdrive in front of this because this is a tube amp. Like you can put overdrive to anything, but tube amps works better with overdrives because the overdrive, as the name suggests, overdrives the preamp tubes. You know. Then the master. Then you can see the clipping starts to clip. There it was, because now because I'm using the built-in IRs, if the master is too loud, the IR section starts to clip, and we don't want that. The dynamic section I went, and then this is just your output level to, in my case, to the Pro Tools Carbon audio interface. I just said it that the yellow lights are blinking when I play really hard. But yeah, so let's try the clean. Now the clean is actually, you can get quite a lot of gain from the clean section to clean amp. Then we put these two less. Oh, that was a bit jazzy. Pitbull. Deliverance. Deliverance, like the real amps, Deliverance has a little bit of that kind of plexi-like mid kind of vocal-like thing, and the Pitbull is a little bit less of that and like a bit more scooped. Again, Deliverance. There's not a huge difference, but there is a difference. I kind of like the Pitbull more. It's just, you know, I like it. Okay, so that was the IR section, and then of course, if you're using, you can use this as an external amp with your current setup. There's info and videos on FRYETTE's YouTube channel and website. I'll put a link in there. And then you can use this connected just to a real cabinet, and even though it's only 1 watt, it puts out, you know, a fair amount of volume. Probably not enough, or not probably, but not enough for a, you know, band situation, maybe. But I don't think the main purpose of this isn't like, you know, if I want to drive a 4x12 cabinet, you know, I'd drive it with bigger amps. But if I just want to record with a real tube amp at home with great IRs, you know, there's no like extra volume, obviously. It's silent device now, you know. So that's great for that. I think that's the main purpose. But okay, let me actually, well, while we're at it, let's see if I can just change the output to the analog cab sim. Analog out, yeah, here. Okay, so now the XLR is on the analog out. Now the analog cab sim should work. Let's see. And let's put that in. Yeah, out. No IR, just the amp. Okay, and now the master volume controls the output of the analog. Okay, the emphasis is kind of like Okay, the bite is, it's different frequencies what it emphasizes. It's a little quacky. Let's take all the low mids out. Not all, now it's too scooped. Usually the analog cabinet simulators works better for cleans in my experience. Let's try that. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, great. Ooh. Goosebumps. Really nice, clean. Okay, so the analog cab sim, perfect for, I mean, perfect for cleans. A little boxy and kind of for overdrive driven sounds. Let's see again. Let's put the Pitbull on. I think I had them like this, more gain. There is still to me a little bit of that kind of direct thing, so I wouldn't use the analog cab sim for overdriven heavy sounds, but for cleans definitely. Back to the IR out, and now it's the built-in IRs there. Yeah, this sounds to me like a real cabinet, you know, mic real cabinet. Conclusion. Well, it doesn't surprise me that I like FRYETTE, this one, because I pretty much like every single FRYETTE device they put out. I've used them a lot. I mean, I have the power station here that I'm using to tame down the output of the amps a little bit if needed. And also I have used it for direct recording, because this cable actually it's permanently hooked to here, so I can record a direct signal and then add an impulse response later, which I hardly use, but it's a good option. But this is great. The Pitbull and Deliverance, especially the Pitbull, I really like it. The IRs, stock IRs are, I'm not gonna go through them. There's variety of different IRs. My favorite is the Bang 2 preset 3. I think it was the Deliverance cabinet with the faint speaker, mic with SM57 Royal 121. Then the analog cabinet works amazingly well with the clean. I mean, wow, what a clean sound. Not so much, I mean, it could work if you're looking for like, in a production, like a certain type of kind of more direct sound. I'm thinking kind of Queens of the Stone Age thing, you know, that really direct. So you can get those kind of stuff with that. And it's made really sturdy. Yeah, what can I say? Great device, especially for home recording if you're not comfortable with plugins. And you know, with these ones, it's a real amp. There's zero latency. You plug in there and you there, and you know, most audio interfaces, like even the cheapest ones like Focusrite 2i2, which I've used a lot back in the day. I've recorded albums with that. It has a direct monitor out, you know, button there, so you can zero latency then, which is great. You don't need to use your mouse or fiddle. It's cool when you can turn the real knobs and feel the sound. All right, yeah. So I recommend this. It's great. More info on the description below. There's links to FRYETTE's website, and yeah, that's really it. It is great work, Steven FRYETTE, and thanks, Eric, for letting me borrow this. Until next time, all the best, take care, bye.